Hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and I want to make something clear. Claims that Meghan made a brilliant move not attending the coronation are just cope. She's just frightened of ridicule. The mere thought of sitting at the sixth row must trigger her anxiety. So much for the strong woman. At least Harry is having the balls to show up. And before we delve further into this, I need to remind you that you just have a little more than 24 hours to get your "Thank Goodness Meghan Is Not Coming" shirts at my store right in the description of this video before they disappear, just like Harry's dignity, if he ever had one in the first place. And I'm saying that Meghan is just shaking in her boots after watching so many articles and posts and videos from the sugar peasants that want to make it seem like snubbing King Charles' coronation is Meghan Markle's smartest move yet. You know how we talk here and at my Body Language Guy channel about spinning the narrative, how you use public relations to make you feel good no matter what happens, no matter what are your decisions. So just making sure that her hordes of bots and shields transform this crippling fear into some kind of epic battle, maybe worthy of an Arsewipes episode. Who knows? And what is so funny is that half of the sugars are claiming victimhood, that the evil monarchy blocked their queen from showing off at the gates of Westminster Abbey, even if it was her divine right to do so. She was going to grace the British public and the world with her outstanding presence, but she was robbed from that, maybe because they are jealous of this self-made woman that very well could steal the spotlight of the greatest event of the British monarchy in decades. But then the other half of the sewer squad claims that no, this was her decision and a brilliant one because she is snubbing a racist and retrograde royal family. She remains in power organizing Archie's birthday. But let's face it, Meghan would have never tolerated to play second fiddle to the king and queen, much less curtsy to William and Catherine. That would have been a sight to behold. Some of you claim that she was afraid of being booed, and maybe you are right. Dan wouldn't mention it, that if Meghan came to the coronation, she was going to get ridiculed in public. But looking at the mobile phone videos of last year's Jubilee Thanksgiving service, I noticed that most of those videos can be just made up. Anybody could just add boos to any handheld, non-official clip. I could do that myself in less than 5 minutes. That's why I always double-check every footage before analyzing or broadcasting or sharing on my social media channels. But imagine that Meghan really lands on the sixth row. You will have the BBC, Sky News, ITV cameras recording the event, and there will be no escape. The public humiliation will be recorded on 4K to be replayed over and over and over again until the sun finally eats up the earth and beyond. You see the contradiction of this? On one hand, Meghan is this strong woman who fears nothing and has no qualms when it comes to demonstrate to the public that she is beyond everything that happened to her on that awful experience as a royal. But their so-called love story horror-mentary on Netflix was entirely focused on being treated badly by the British media and the British public, going as far as to claiming that some mainstream media had called her children the N-word, which of course never happened. As it never happened that she ever felt like a black woman before she came to the UK. Would that be because she A, doesn't look like a black woman, and B, had made every effort possible to not look like a black woman? It's not surprising everyone's confusion about this biracial thing. Now, there's something that most people have not realized. Netflix is pissed. Spotify is pissed. And I'm sure you have a good idea why. The only reason Meghan is useful for these companies is because she generates content and drama. And it is obvious that this has been the plan from the start, because we listen to her podcast and watch the horror-mentary. That's all that she has. Where could she go from here? Imagine the pressure that these companies have on the Montecito duo after spending millions on them to now assume that Meghan is not going to do her part of the contract. This is regardless they were going to be wired with mics and the like. Not going to the coronation reveals an effective split from the royal timeline, a split from depending on the royal family for her own benefit. And that would be a great idea, but on the long term and only if you build a second way of gathering attention. But so far into her freedom life, she still hasn't. It's no wonder that South Park blasted them because everyone is asking, where's the value in this? What are you bringing to the table? Why should I listen to you? If I wanted drama, I'd go directly to the Kardashians. If I wanted to watch a strong woman with a solid opinion, I'd watch Megyn Kelly. But Meghan is on a limbo. She's gonna miss the coronation and she hasn't found herself a side gig. And this is what's so funny. Meghan has reinvented herself many times, like 6 or 7 times. I don't know. And each of these iterations was with a clear goal in mind. Actress, influencer, activist, $3 royal. Now what? Where can she go from here? Public office? President Meghan? That's what she wants, but fake it till you make it can get you only so far. And let's not pretend that an absurd amount of narcissism is not needed to climb the ladder of politics. And boy, Meghan fits the bill just perfect. But not going to the coronation is solid proof that Meghan has hit a brick wall. Because if you cannot stand just getting on the bus, going through the Abbey gates and sitting on the 6th row, keeping your mouth shut, there's no way you have what it takes for not a presidential debate, no, for a condo board argument. Meghan, your shills can cope all that they want, or should I say, all that you want, but it will not deny the fact that you are showing the world that you are not really made for public affairs. It was all a facade, and I can understand. As an actress, you would be judged for your acting. As an activist, for how much change can you make? As a royal, how much could you represent something that will outlast every single one of us? But to quote Kevin Samuels, you were average at best, if not just plain mediocre. One doesn't have to be a human behavior analyst to realize not attending the coronation is a big deal for you. And not in the sense that you're making a brave statement, no, but in the sense that you are deliberately refusing to do the only thing that gives you relevance. So it's not hard to tell that you have to be really frightened. And that's why your bosses are fuming and about to fire you and the gingerbread for good. Weren't you the one who has won awards for inspiring women and girls? You know, that takes grit, right? But I guess this is a net positive because you might remember that I predicted how you could make a run for politics. And not gonna lie, people scoff and laugh at me. I guess I was wrong. We are witnessing the confirmation that whatever career in politics you wanted to pursue, it is not gonna happen. So if people in the UK were going to celebrate on the streets for you not coming, I'm sure the people in the USA will also celebrate because they will not have to listen to your speeches. But either way, my royal rogues, if you're in the UK or the USA or Canada or any other part of the world, I'm sure you will love the Royal Rogues official shirts of "Thank goodness Meghan is not coming," which will be available for just 24 hours. Only 24 hours left, my rogues, so get them right now with the link in the description of this video. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and until we meet on another video or another live, remember, much love and bliss.